Hello and happy Friday. I'm Tina Chip, one of the co hosts for Region Angels. Gloria Morris is my other co host who started this amazing program. You're either listening to us on WJOB Radio, AM 1230, or maybe you are watching us on YouTube because you have subscribed to our YouTube channel, Region Angels. Please, if you haven't, head over to youtube.com, search Region Angels, like us, subscribe. We're just trying to get 1,000 subscribers. That's it. And then we can start even doing bigger things. But on today's show, we have a very special guest. As you know, Region Angels is highlighting people in our own backyard who make a difference. It could be an individual, it could be a business, anyone that's impacting the place that we grew up. And today I have Pastor Dexter Harris,
Yes.
which is one of our Region Angels. And I really could do a week-long show on him because he is making such an impact in our community. I know a lot about Pastor Harris because as a Service League board member, you've come and you've talked to us and just, I know the first time you talked to us, I don't think there was a dry eye in the house.
That was a special moment.
Yes.
Super grateful.
So without further ado, and again, if you know someone out there making a difference, this is how it's happening. I'm getting texts, I'm getting emails. I love it because the more awareness we create,
That's right.
the more we can have an impact.
That's right.
So you're one of our Region Angels, and especially with the holidays right around the corner, I know your focus is our youth,
Yes.
which between social media and just all these other things that are tugging at our youth, they need some stability, some common ground. What are you doing? Because I know you're doing a lot. So
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, first and foremost, as she said, I'm Dexter Harris. I'm the lead pastor of Flourish Church, but also the executive director of Flourish Community Hub. And we are not just talking about building a better Gary, but we are actually doing it. And we do have a big heart for our youth. And that started in 2014 for me.
did something happen?
Yeah, so I was working at a church there in the city of Gary, and I was the youth guy, youth pastor slash maintenance guy, getting my hands, dirty for the first time, and noticed that there were a few bus stops in front of that building, and so I would come in early to allow those young people to come in and play basketball before they got on the bus. And in fact, the first gentleman that I met is Jonell Davis, who has now just been drafted to the Orlando Magic.
No way. I
and
love it. Are you pulling him back? Is he coming
Yes,
back to do
yes,
some events?
yes. He's actually doing a video.
Well, have him on the show.
Okay, yeah, I
All
will
right,
definitely
let's
talk
do
to him
that.
about it.
Yeah.
And he's actually working on a video to talk about some of the things that I'll be talking about today. And so one of the things that really expanded my vision during that time is that a lot of these kids had a lot of giftings, a lot of talent, but they really just needed a network and a system around them that would allow them to flourish. And so,
Hence the name.
yes.
I
And
love
so our desire is to see the city of Gary flourish again. Obviously, our local administration is doing a wonderful job with some of that. And so we're trying to make sure that we're doing our job on the ground to help push this community forward. As you know, Gary is a city that used to be called Magic City, right?
Right. I was born in Gary. I lived in
Yeah.
Gary. My dad's first grocery store was in Gary. I mean, my grandma's beauty shop, like so much. It was
Yes.
an amazing. That's where our roots and where it all started.
Absolutely. And so we feel like it's rich in history. And we believe that there's some amazing people there. And so as an organization, we started to dream what would it look like for us to be a part of helping Gary flourish again. And so back in 2022, we had a building donated to us that was a 20,000 square foot building And that's where our church was housed in.
Okay.
But really just began to dream as a church what would it look like for us to live outside of the four walls of the church and not just be hyper focused on our Sunday services, but really getting out into the community
Because every day.
every day.
Every day. Sunday is great. I love going to church and when I leave, but what can we do beyond that?
Absolutely.
So,
That Monday through Saturday
right.
impact, right? And as you said,
Those kids at the bus station.
and so as we got an opportunity to get into the community, begin to ask questions of our community, what do they need, how can we partner, and things like that. That kind of birthed a ministry in our church called the Flourish Community Hub, where we begin to convene movers and shakers in our community who are already doing great things, but saying, how do we pull them out of silos and how do we work together to create wraparound services around vulnerable community, vulnerable youth, and vulnerable families. And that started the Flourish Community Hub. Now we have over 25 partners doing various things
Wow.
in our building.
So it's housed in Gary, but I assume like anyone in Northwest Indiana and Lake County, you have Maryville, Crown Point,
Absolutely.
Portage, like anyone can use those services
Yes.
and be a part of that. 'Cause
That's
to
correct.
me, it sounds like it's a community. It's getting someone that maybe, do I go do this? Or do
Correct.
I go do this?
Uh-huh,
Right? We
100%.
all have choices
That's
on
right.
what roads we take.
That's correct.
Some roads are a lot easier and some are pretty narrow.
Yep.
But I think there's so much happening. But how do people find out? Do you work with the schools? What if someone today wants to attend church on Sunday? Where are you located? And
Yeah, so
also,
we're at 3935 Cleveland Street in
3935
Gary, Indiana, just north of the flea market. We are almost on the corner of Ridge and Cleveland.
Okay.
And so our website is flourishchurchnwi.org.
Okay.
And then our Community Development Corporation, which is a separate 501c3, is flourishcommunityhub.org is
Which
where
is
you
the
can find
website
that,
I'm
which
on
is the
right now.
website. And in
Amazing.
that 20,000 square foot building right now, through partnerships like We Are the Village, we have a daycare. We also have a counseling center. And
love
so
that, mental
we're
health.
licensed counselors are there.
Okay.
We have a youth addiction recovery, and we partner with Shine Recovery Cafe to do that. We also have karate in the building. We do line dancing, chess tournaments. And so we just have an abundance of things there. And as I was telling you earlier, one of our biggest partners is DCS. So we're doing a lot around kids who are in the foster care system.
So DCS is Department Children's Services, correct?
Correct.
So
Yep.
some people that may not be
sure.
aware, which is an amazing agency that helps those children and
Absolutely.
teens.
And teens,
That's,
yeah.
Those are
That's the key. That's it's hard for them to find placement for teens. Me and my wife became licensed foster parents about a couple years ago. And one of the things that we did with our church garage is we pulled the vans out and we remodeled the garage and turned it into a foster closet. Now we have about 30 DCS workers that are registered to that closet. So they get a fingerprint, and that DCS worker can come any time of the day. It could be 2 a.m. in the morning and grab a brand new suitcase and get the items that are in that garage so that that kid doesn't go to the next house with a garbage
Just a
bag,
garbage bag.
no underwear, no socks. And so that's just been a powerful thing. But we've also collaborated with about 10 other churches that are networking around trying to solve some of the problems around DCS kids not having a house or not having the items that they need. So we're trying to create more than enough together.
So what happens? I mean, there's so much that you're doing, and there's such a need for all of that. And I also think since COVID, because you said 2022, and we're still going to see this mental health crisis skyrocket.
Sure.
We're just seeing the tip of the iceberg with
Absolutely.
that. So how do we help and support you and the hub as a Region Angel so we don't, because from what I understand what you shared earlier, the folks from Indianapolis came up because of your model that you have.
Yeah,
And
for
it's
sure.
working.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the thing. I think so many people want to help. They don't know how. We don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Sure.
What you're doing is working. So why not take that in other places? I even think in Northwest Indiana, there's so many people. How do we get you all together
Sure.
and realize that this service is available or this service? But right now, what would you say is your biggest need for the hub. I
For
know
sure.
you're fundraising now as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. I'll definitely talk a little bit about the fundraiser, but first, I definitely believe that community is important, which is why we started the hub. And a lot of the things that we do is through partnership. We're never really starting anything from scratch. We're finding out who's already doing it and saying, how can we do it together? And now that has kind of spilled over into we need more space, recreational space. And so there's a warehouse that's adjacent to our property that has become available, which is a 36,000 square foot building.
Is that what I'm seeing on the and on the
Yes.
Facebook page, which is
Yes.
incredible?
Yes, and so we made a video about that space, kind of giving the view of the proximity it is to the current building that we have. But we want to put an indoor playground in there, a cafe, a gymnasium, a co-working space, a weight room, a ninja gym. And a lot of that is so that there's about 600 kids in the foster care system. We want to
In
create
Lake County?
in Lake
or
County alone,
600
600
kids.
kids.
So does that mean they are in foster care, or
They're in foster care. That's
is
correct.
there enough foster care homes for 600
There's not
kids?
enough, and so we've hosted sign-ups at our church to expedite people who would like to sign up for foster care. But I think a big part too is it's a bigger thing, especially when you become a foster parent. It's like what do I do with these children, and that's where the hub comes in, right? And so that you're not alone. Like there's this one-stop and shop, wraparound services, all access that you need. Not just for your family, but whether it's the foster children or any kind of vulnerable children. And so as we look at this 36,000 square foot building, it's also going to be a food distribution center for us as well.
Okay.
And so we'll be able to feed people throughout Northwest Indiana. Our goal is to raise $2 million for our initial phase. Our overall goal is $4 million. But right now we've raised over $300,000.
Which is a lot.
Which is a lot of money, right?
This is an amazing
and
cause,
so
though.
the momentum is there. It's moving, and we're super excited as a team to just see this unfold and what it's going to mean for this region. It's just some great things that are happening there.
So for those of you listening or possibly watching us either today or maybe later today, if you know someone you want to help and support this amazing project that's making an impact on our most vulnerable, which is our youth,
Yes.
right? We give our youth, growing up for me, I was always outside playing, right? You'd get in trouble. It'd be like,
right.
right? You're like,
Exactly.
where are you? Oh, shoot, it's getting dark. I got to get back home if anyone's
Exactly.
home.
Yeah.
But now it's like we have to keep our youth busy.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much for them at home or at, video games, social media, and
Sure.
that's when they get in trouble.
Absolutely.
Right?
100%.
So I love that this hub has them being active.
Yep.
Maybe they aren't athletic, so they're going to go play chess. Or
Correct.
maybe, there's something for everyone. And for
That's-
children in foster care or this, we're not in their shoes.
Right.
Like just no one's in my shoes with what I went through. So even I'm sure there's some camaraderie between some of the groups that they can talk to, because you mentioned mental health.
For sure, yeah. And one of the things that we've noticed is that like we build a relationship with the youth as we get to know them. Obviously, we understand and unpack their situation even more. And so let's take John for an example.
Yes.
I get to know John, right? And find out that John doesn't have his GED or diploma. Well, he can get that at the hub. But not only can he get that, he can go next door and get mental health counseling if he needs it. He can get youth addiction recovery, if he needs it. And then what this building is going to mean is that we just give John more space and more opportunity, right, to hang with community and to surround community around him. Our goal is to make it impossible for you to fail. There's going to be so many people around you, so many organizations in this one footprint that it's going to be almost impossible for our kids to fail. And that's our hope,
Right.
that they'll find most of their time right there at that property, building relationships. And we'll see more Jonell Davises that are either drafted to the NBA, but even not that, in trades and things like that. And so really just connecting them to that network.
But it works.
It
The
works.
program works. And I think, well, I know if you're trying to find different services, most people don't know where to go,
Correct. Yep.
who to call.
Yep.
And if you do make that appointment with mental health, let's say,
Sure.
you may not get in for 6 months. So the fact that all that is being triaged and your expectations, like I tell people, anytime they get a diagnosis, if you go to a teaching hospital, like let's say in Chicago, they have a whole treatment team that can meet with you in one day.
That's right. I like
That
that.
makes a difference.
Yes.
So I
They're not
feel
driving
like,
everywhere.
right, they're
Right,
not
you do.
driving, and who do I call, and who do I
Exactly.
ask, and what do I know,
We
and I
want to
gotta go.
eliminate all of that.
Right.
We want to make it simple, easy on ramps for them to access what they need to flourish and to become a stable and productive human being that we believe that they
Contribute.
can be, right?
Right.
And so that's exciting.
Well, and if you're listening or watching, it is the end of the year. Don't people have to meet certain tax
Exactly.
write-offs? I don't know. So what a great organization to
Yes.
give that stays right here. That's my other thing. I always say I love the nonprofits and the programs like Flourish Hub that stay right here in Northwest Indiana.
Yes.
It's not a national organization that you have 80% administration costs and 10% goes
Go down.
to
yeah.
the client.
Yeah. As much that can stay local, the better.
Right.
Yeah.
So if someone does want to make a donation, what would they do?
Yeah, so they would just simply go to flourishcommunityhub.org and click the give button. You can also email me at dexter@flourishchurchnwi.org. So either go to flourishcommunityhub.org or email me at dexter@flourishchurchnwi.org if you have further questions. You can also mail a check to 3935 Cleveland Street, Gary, Indiana, 46408. Once again, that's 3935 Cleveland Street, Gary, Indiana, 46408.
And every little bit helps. Maybe schools can take, collections. I know there's a lot of local schools that look for local
Sure.
nonprofits to donate to. So that's something you and I can talk to one off. I know South Lake Kia Nissan
Yeah.
every month on their Facebook page. Any charity can be nominated, local charity, and they deliver $500
Oh, wow.
to that charity.
That's amazing. Yeah.
I only know this because we are, work with those groups. And last month, actually, we delivered a check to a local breast cancer organization, over $23,000. So
We certainly understand the power of community and the community coming together. We've made it this far because the community has been behind supporting, obviously seeing the evidence of the things that we've been planting in the ground,
Right.
and we're beginning to see a lot of that bloom and blossom. And so every seed counts. No gift is too little. It gets us closer to it. But I'm really excited about what we're calling this warehouse the Thrive Center. And it'll be almost like a college campus
Yeah,
connected to the
it's
other
so
building that we
cool.
already have. And
you all
so-
have to check this out. So head over to the website and also your
Yes.
Facebook page, because that's where I saw the video that Connie
Yes,
sent me.
yes. You can also find me, Dexter Harris, on Facebook, DKX Flooring on IG. I'm also on TikTok as well.
Do you have any fun TikToks?
I do Dex joke of the day.
Oh, you do?
Which is
Did you
fun.
do one
So
today?
I do like a dad joke. I haven't done one in a little bit, but it's a way to
What the
bring joy and
heck?
things like
you
that.
haven't? What's one of your jokes that you've had the most views?
I would say recently it's been my Christmas joke.
Oh,
How
okay.
much does it cost Santa to park his sleigh?
How much does it cost? Santa to-
Nothing, because it's on the house. And so that's the
like
Dex joke
that.
of the day.
That's funny.
And then me and my wife also, we just started a restaurant there in the city of Gary called Paige and Charlie's.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and so we have like a breakfast and lunch spot. And so
Paige and Charlie's, like Page.
Paige,
P-A-
which is my wife's name.
Oh, okay.
And then our partner is Tiffany Davis, which is Charlie's granddaughter. That restaurant has been in the community for about 40 years.
Oh, wow.
And so we came together, once again, showing the power of community.
That's
Folks
right.
just coming together, right?
With the same common goal.
Exactly. And so much can happen, right? And so much transformation and so much can be turned around. I always say, if we can put our logos and egos to the side, then
That's for
so
sure.
much can happen
That's right.
when people are focused.
So where is the restaurant?
So the restaurant is at 2490 Broadway
Okay.
in Gary, Indiana. So it's right off the expressway. Instead of going towards IUN, go north. And it's about a block off the expressway, right there on the
Okay.
corner. 2490 Broadway.
Breakfast and lunch?
Breakfast and lunch. We're open.
No dinner?
No dinner. Not yet, at least. We're open.
I'm always hungry, so I don't know.
We're open Wednesday through Saturday, 7 to 2. But starting January 5th, we'll be open Monday through Saturday
Okay.
from 7 to 2.
And if someone heads over there, what should they order?
Listen, if you head for breakfast, the skillet is
So
popular.
what made you all do that? And
So
like,
my
what,
yeah, that's a good
like
question.
that's really like you're all like I love it. Here's the other thing I'm thinking. Local, I'm sure high schoolers or middle schoolers, like what we were talking earlier about internships in television and how they're few and far between. The best way I learned when I was in television is having mentors
Yeah,
because no one could teach me how to run a camera or how to edit.
for
But like
sure.
the restaurant business, having some of those students follow, mentor them, maybe one day they open up their own
Yeah.
restaurant, right?
And that's our hope and
like,
goal, right?
How awesome.
We want to be living, breathing examples, for them, and not just hey, how to have a good work ethic, but also how to collaborate with community. A lot of what we've been able to do, is because of community, which is why we shout out to the Larkin family who held that restaurant down for so long. And when my wife was getting ready to graduate from culinary school, which she did back in June,
Oh, where'd she go to school?
she went to downtown. It was called. It slips my mind at the
better
moment. I know, but it's
remember.
on Michigan Avenue.
You're gonna
though.
get in trouble.
So don't. So, babe, I apologize. But she had.
And we
reached-
can't edit this
exactly.
out. When we edit. He's okay.
yeah,
Sorry,
so-
I put him on the spot.
No, you're good. So
That's
she
okay.
she currently, just graduated, and so this was her heart. She wanted a restaurant, and so it's kind of cool to see her live out her dream and things like that. But the restaurant has been going really well. The community's been supporting it, both inside and out. And so people from Maryville, from Crown Point to Valparaiso, have been supporting it, and our church is made up of the region as well, right?
Right.
So it's people from Geary, but it's also people driving all the way from Couts, from Michigan City, to Highland, to Mustard, to right around the corner. And so
And that's a
been
tough
amazing.
business. I grew up in the restaurant business.
Yes,
It's
it is.
It's a tough business. It's
Yes, it
not
is.
easy. So you have to really love.
Yep, you got to have a
you're
heart
doing.
for it.
Oh,
You got to have a
yeah,
heart for it,
yeah.
which she absolutely does, and you can tell because the food is, obviously high quality.
Right.
She doesn't slack on anything. She runs a tight ship in a tight kitchen, and so
So that means you stay away from her when she's in the kitchen,
exactly.
right?
When I go in there, she's the boss. I just try to stay out of the way. But I think being in a restaurant, it once again has highlighted the importance of gathering people. And just being able to put that kind of love out into the community.
Right.
And we hope to have a small cafe in this Thrive building as well. So we want more spaces
So
for
a
people to
mini
gather.
page cafe
Exactly.
in there.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So
That's.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
I just really. I don't. I hope on the show today came across the amazing things that Pastor Harris is doing in the community and the partnerships. Because I think to your point, and I do believe that God gives us all talents,
yeah.
right? We just
100%.
got to figure out what that talent
That
is. Like
yeah.
my kids are like, I don't know what to be when I grow up, and I'm like, listen, you may change careers 4 or 5 times.
Sure.
Just do what you love.
Yes.
Do what you love because you have to get up every morning. And the fact that when you can make a difference in other people's lives,
I love it.
that is, to me, there's no amount of money, that can give you that.
Yeah. And you don't really think about the money, honestly. It's the satisfaction of, hey, we're making a difference. People are being blessed to see a Jonell Davis, to see a Walter Pong, later on just being productive citizens. And many of them tell me, like, man, you saved us from, like, so many things that we would have gotten into. And to me, like, that's what makes it worth it. And so I love community. I love community redevelopment. I'm actually finishing up my doctorate degree in community redevelopment this coming
While
May.
you're doing all this,
Yeah.
that's just, I think, just amazing again.
Yeah, it's just community though. Like it's not just me, right? I got an amazing team from Radia to Scott to Katrina to people like Connie, right? Like I just have amazing people in my corner and that are just for the mission. They see the vision, and when you spread the love, you get more love back. So
That's right.
and that's been a beautiful
Totally
thing to
believe that.
witness.
So goal number one is to raise enough money.
Yes, yes, that's goal number one is to raise enough money to get the Thrive Center off the ground. We raised 300,000 already.
Okay.
Our first phase of fundraising is 2 million. Our long-term goal is 4 million, which
Okay.
will allow us to take both possession of the building and to fully renovate it. And so we're super excited. And if you are willing to partner, we would love to have your partnership.
What kind of partnership you looking for?
Yeah, so from financial partners, but that's not the only way that you can partner. You can also serve as well. We're going to have plenty of opportunities as we're going to be doing food distribution from that building as well. And
Okay.
so if you say, hey, I want to be involved, I want to be like boots on the ground, we have that as well. Tutoring opportunities for kids as well. And also with our foster closet, helping to stock that and restock it, is going to be huge. So we got a lot of opportunities for
And the
serving as
foster
well.
closet, that's not just there, correct? Isn't it other emergency foster closets? So,
Sure. Yep.
like Pastor mentioned earlier, it could be in the middle of the night, unfortunately, that these children are removed and they have a garbage bag maybe, or maybe they have nothing. So these Department of Children's Services workers can go to these closets,
That's correct.
grab like necessities.
Yes.
So what is your biggest need for that? Is there anything that you go out of really quick?
Sure. Yeah.
Um,
So each of our closets focus on something different. It's under the umbrella called Be the Village, which is a collaboration of churches, Faith Church, Bethel Church. Just wanted to make sure that I shout those churches out because they're doing some amazing things around this as well. But for our closet in particular, we go through beds a lot and pack and plays.
Pack and plays, okay.
Diapers is another big thing. Formula, high chairs, and car seats.
Okay.
Those things go really fast. We run out of those things quite often.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, a lot of opportunity to give. To me, I think everyone in Northwest Indiana is a Region Angel, has a potential to be a Region Angel. If you have any of those things you want to help see this dream become a reality, which, again, I could have, we didn't even touch on a lot of things. Like Indianapolis came up to see your model.
Yeah, yeah. So,
So
the head
can
of
you
DCI.
quickly,
Yeah.
Please,
So,
because
yeah.
this is real,
Yeah.
people. This is let's help.
Yeah, yeah. So we had under our Be the Village, we had the head of DCS, Adam Crump, come up and just really say that he's been to 73 counties and he hasn't
Indiana.
in Indiana.
How many
And
counties are on?
yeah, I know it's more than 73, but I know at that time he was up to 73 visits.
Okay.
And he was like, I keep hearing about Lake County. And he came up and talked to us. He said, I haven't seen something like this quite yet. We would love to see this duplicated throughout the state. And so we have an opportunity to also talk to the lieutenant governor next month where we're going to give
Who is that?
and so we'll give the lieutenant governor a presentation of what we're doing. And so I'm just grateful that there's so many churches that have come on to kind of help with this. Once again, that's Faith Church, that's Living Hope, that's Bethel. So it's churches made up of the region that are coming together, and they too have open foster closets. So we do things like calling one another, and
Hey,
we
do
get a
you have
family
this?
like, hey, do you have this? Do you have this? Each closet kind of specializes in something different.
Okay.
We're mainly like furniture, but other closets are like clothing or diapers and things like that. And so it's funny. If you can peer into our group text, you can see us like, hey, we got a family that needs this and that. And once again, it's just the region coming together
Right.
and creating more than enough.
So how do the churches get involved? Because it sounds like you have a lot all throughout Lake County.
Yeah,
So if a church does want to become involved and say, hey, we would love to host a closet,
for sure.
is that something that's still
Absolutely. It's still
Okay.
on the table. And so you can, once again, you can email me at dexter@flourishchurchnwi.org.
okay?
Or you can go on Google and look up bethevillage.org. And you can see our website for that. We also
Looking it up right now, people.
Yeah, and
Be
we
the
also
Village.
do respite nights where we allow foster parents to have a few hours to themselves, and we as churches host their kids for a day. We usually have about 30 to 40 foster children, and they can go to Target or Walmart or wherever they want to go, and we give the kids pizza. We have game trucks, bounce houses.
And
DCS
how many
is
times
there.
do you do that?
Well, we're up to 4 times a year. Our hope is to do it 12 times, so it rotates around churches. and then we all support each other, so no one's getting burned out. Once again, that's to me just the art of collaboration, and getting over your logo and ego and being able to say, you know what, we don't have to own this ourselves. There's a big community out here. Let's link arms and do it together if it's truly about the people and truly about the young people. And so I just love that we've been able to offer so much because of our togetherness.
I love get over your logo and ego.
Yeah.
Did you trademark that?
Which
'Cause
is
you may want
I
to.
need to. Everybody's like, oh.
Copyrighted. It's only. I like that.
But when we do that, yeah, amazing things can happen that way. So.
Well, thank you so much for being on our show.
Yeah.
And I hope you all that either you listen on WJOB Live Radio, 1230 AM, FM as well, or maybe you're on our YouTube channel. This is a podcast that can be seen again. If you have it, share it with your friends, raise awareness. Let's get this built. Let's get the money raised. Someone's making a difference in our own backyard. Because again, our youth is our future. Mm-hmm. And just some of the success stories that you shared with two of the gentlemen, Walter and John.
Yeah.
That's because your
Yeah.
heart's open.
Yeah. And yeah, it's our hearts open. It's the community coming together and us being able. We always say that we want to invite people into something bigger than themselves, and to experience the joy of what it is to make an impact and to make a difference. And so, this is an opportunity to do so. I thank you so much, people like yourself, that open up stages and platforms for good work to be known. And so thank you so much for what you're doing in the ways in which you're blessing our community through outlets like this. So
We'll keep working on it. We
absolutely.
Because Region Angels is only because of people like you. Mm-hmm. And then the stories, everything comes full circle.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
So again, thank you for listening or watching. Thank you for Struckman Hill, the Delo family, for allowing us to have this venue to share these Region Angels in our community. We do this every Friday, 10:30 a.m. Central Time, live on the radio. Again, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Region Angels. If you have a guest, if you know of a Region Angel, feel free to email us or go ahead and shout out on our YouTube, send us a message. I want to thank Gloria Morris, a.k.a. Gogo Morris, for allowing me the opportunity to be a co-host and getting me out of my crazy family once a week. My mom says to me, "You're always busy." I'm like, "No, but I love doing this."
Yes.
Because it's my little escape to hopefully make a difference in the community.